time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah? Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, Von Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Hello and welcome to the Wednesday edition of your show. My name is Gary, and watch this. Check out what I can do. Oh, never mind. I started showing it off too. Hold on, you gotta hit the right one. Here we go. Yeah. How about that, hey? On the fly, looking fly, dare I say. Welcome again to another edition of your show, the number one ranked podcast on YouTube that is literally on the go training a guy with another guy who just got trained not too long ago, and a show that regularly has people walk in on the live set and make a lot of noise. Number one in that category. And not only that, we also are, I'm pretty sure, the only show on YouTube, so we can say number one as well, that starts every show with a very special cam. Now, if only our little darling would come on up here. Oh, here we go. We got a nice handler. March, report. Maggie, old Ben Kenobi, report immediately. Good girl. Look at that. Let's check in with the Maggie cam real quick, shall we? Look at her. She's such a good listener. Hi, baby. Where's her head? Where's her head? I want to pet you. There you are. Ah, yeah. The Maggie Cam for our incredible friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, Mike and Rochelle, along with Margaret's beautiful boyfriend, Leroy. Always there and always happy to make your life better. And not only that, they will also get you all of the food you need, all of the toys you need. Look at that face. Anything that you need to make your life better, they have. That's the point of this story. As well, if you go there after business hours, or over the weekend, you'll see Kirsten, Shar, and Chris, and they will also make sure you have the best experience of your life. But you can't have that experience unless you head on over to Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. We are going to be there tomorrow. We being Bangs, a.k.a. Brooksy and myself, we're going to shoot another edition of Adventures with Maggie, as that is sort of what we do, and they're very fun. God, isn't she cute? This is fun doing camera work. I feel like a cameraman. It can't be that hard. All you got to do is just push the little button, hey? Any camera guys getting... Well, he didn't even hear me.
I heard you.
Oh, okay, there he is. I thought I got a quick little camera chirp in. All right, boys, let's get back to work over here. Thank you again for the Maggie Cam. We got the Phenom in the booth on the ones and twos. Phenom, say hello. Where you at? Where's he at? Phenom, are you there? Ah, there he is. Jeez, that hand must have fell asleep. Also, the only show on YouTube that is entirely produced by a hand. Think like the hamburger helper guy. That's what we got in there. It's very cool. So shout out to the Phenom. Can't wait till you can watch him start streaming. He's a world record holder on streams on Twitch. Just saying, speed runs. Very cool. How is our Zoom looking? Do we got a Zoom guy in the house yet? Oh, we got some thumbs up. Where'd the other guy go? Did he try to go pee? Where's he in here? I feel like he's over there. Is he there? There he is. What? Telling everyone you got to pee? Oh, okay. Should we want to play some walk-up music? Want to try some walk-up? Oh, no walk-up. Ah, it's so funny. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know him as the co-host of Dude Podcast, new episode every Thursday. You also know him as the hand to the throne around here. Any idea I have, he's the filter that, goes over them and says, this is good, this is bad. And just an all-around incredible human being. Except for when he walks away. I could keep going. I'm going to keep rolling. There he is. Oh, and he's got a Rush shirt on. Oh, be still my beating heart. Give it up for Coach Mazer! Woo! Yeah! Forgot to tell you, filmed in front of a live studio audience today, bro. Welcome to it. We're being filmed in front of a live studio audience today.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Super great.
Live.
This is good.
Live audience. I got it. I thought.
Yours
What
is
did
nice
you
and clean.
introduce me as?
Everything.
All right.
All the things I could say. Should we call up our third reader before we do this?
I think we should. I gotta turn
Okay.
this on so I can hear the fella.
Perfect.
Are we?
We're going to bring up one more here because we're going to do a little tribute is what's happening. Maze has really wanted to do this. We lost Darth Vader, a.k.a. Well, you could say, you want to read all the movies? It's impossible. James Earl Jones, one of the greatest voices in the history of mankind, passing away. And our boys here, especially on this Wednesday get-together we like to have with our good friend, who we'll bring on right away, I want to do a little tribute. So with that in mind, let's call up our other reader. You know him as a member of this family. You know him as a guy who is going to be hosting some sort of show. You definitely know him from a Stripped Down. His name is Curtis Anderson. Come on, crowd. There it is. Mr. Anderson, good to see you. All right, I don't think we've ever done a three-man before.
I'm nervous.
We didn't even get you an
You
earpiece.
got your phone?
Yeah, of course I do.
He needs an earpiece.
He needs an earpiece. That's the one we forgot about.
It's okay. I don't need an earpiece, do I?
You definitely do.
For what?
We can sort of got it. We're going to do a read from Field of Dreams is what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and bring on coach number one now so he's not just like, come on, guys, what's going on over there? All the way from Australia. There he is.
I got it. Okay.
Hello,
you
coach
gotta
number
be able to
one. How you doing, brother?
Oh, yeah, that's not going to work.
Hey, much better than last
Point to me.
Thursday, that's for sure.
Yeah, you look like you've been through it a little bit. Was that the Australian flu running through you?
It's called manomia.
Oh, geez, it's like a legit thing.
Oh, you must have had it as well. Like it knocked. It literally was. I was in bed for 5 days straight.
The man flu. Yeah.
I meant to tell you Wednesday night here, and then all of a sudden I woke up Thursday morning late sometime. I thought, oh shit, I forgot to tell the boys I won't be there. But I loved how Gary stood up for me. He's like, it must be a public holiday. There must be something happening over there.
I knew there was something.
So I
And to be
appreciate that.
fair, you did send a message, eventually, right? So it's all good. It was there. And also, to be fair, there's been a lot of times where our communications through this haven't really worked as the Zoom likes to act up a little bit. So with all of that, I want to get to this because this is something that this guy, coach number two, has wanted to do for a long, long time. It's just a reading of sorts. And then the opportunity came up and, well, basically, talk us through what's going on here. You go ahead, Coach Mazer. You talk us through. What do you want to do here?
Well, whenever we like to pay a tribute to those we've lost along the way, right?
Yes,
Like that
very
tends
true.
to happen. We've done that. Obviously, we're not on constantly so we can catch everybody. But when we have an opportunity, I like to play tribute.
Okay.
And I know that AJ's favorite movie, or one of his favorite movies
I
of all
think
time,
it's his
is
favorite.
Field of Dreams.
He made your brother listen to it on tape.
So good.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite of all times. I get chills still watching. I watched the.
If you love baseball and you love your dad, you're going to cry. Basically how it goes.
That's pretty
For the
much
most
how it
part.
goes,
Yeah,
right?
I
And just
think.
like, there's so many messages in this
Having a
movie,
catch.
and it's very nostalgic to me. And then it's like as it gets going, as time passes, it even more so, because then you see older vehicles and you really feel the time that it came out. And yeah, I love watching that movie. So, but James Earl Jones sadly passed away.
Yes.
Had a good run, gave us many great moments,
Yes,
many
he
great
did.
movies that he appeared in, iconic moments in film,
Agreed. Yet
largely
again.
due to his voice that I've learned he struggled with because he had a stutter apparently. So that's when his little
James Earl
pauses and stuff that he would go through, and his cadence in his voice was largely because he was fighting a stutter.
Okay.
So anyway, that's interesting. But apparently we got to roll.
Yes, because
we
we
gotta
do
do
have
this.
bands coming in here. That's okay. We can push them back a little bit. We'll just let them know when they come in that we're doing a little tribute, and they'll come on after. We got lots of time. How's that sound? Do we know where we're starting?
We're starting, yeah.
like a
So it'd
table
be
read.
like
Yeah, we're doing a table
137. We're doing a
Alright.
table read, right?
Who am I playing?
So you are going to be Shoeless Joe Jackson.
I'm going to be Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, how is Shoeless Joe Jackson? I've seen this movie. It's been a while. What's my motivation? Am I like grizzled and old? Am I young?
no,
Shoeless
you
Joe Jackson. How do you want me
Shoeless
to play
Joe
this?
Jackson would be at this point. He's already made it to heaven, right? He's very
He's in.
relaxed.
He's in the house.
He's guiding the main character along
Okay.
the way in the show, right? Just
Alright.
like this is what needs to happen. It's very
Alright.
matter of fact.
Okay,
Very
straightforward.
chill,
Okay.
straightforward, very calm. Whereas, yeah,
Okay.
but you're not reading yet.
Yeah.
So are you, AJ, can you handle this? Do you know where we're starting? 137 continued in the photos that I
Yeah.
shared.
Yep,
So-
I got those.
So all you're going to read is Mark shakes his head sadly. So you're the narrator and you're Ray. And then I think I'm Mark. I think I'm Annie, which if the voices sound the same, they're brother and sister, that's fine. And then I might be Doc as well.
Am I anybody?
Yeah, you got the biggest words in the whole thing.
Oh boy.
You are Terrence Mann. And
Okay.
you are Karen.
Perfect.
So you're the child choking on a hot dog.
Okay.
And you're Terrence Mann.
See, when I was talking about how this would be a lot easier if
No,
we
I just
had
don't
a
come on
chance
for like
or
17
an opportunity
pages.
to prepare
You
for
might
this
not
room
thanks for
instead of
bringing me
jumping
up
in.
now. My
He
part's
says
gonna
you
get
can't
cut
do
for
a
time by the
tribute
time we get
a
here.
week later. It has to be today. So we're forcing this
Yeah,
in.
we
Here
have to go.
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
All right. So coming
Ready?
in. Here we go. Take it away, coach number 1.
Mark shakes his head sadly at the thought that these otherwise sensible relations have lost their minds.
Ray, it's time to put away our little fantasies and come down to earth.
It's not a fantasy, Mark. They're real. Mark obviously doesn't see anyone on the field.
Who's real?
Shoeless Joe Jackson, the White Sox, the Giants. He can't see any of it.
Why are you hitting
Deeper voice.
me?
Yeah, you're doing the big guy.
You can't see any of it.
No, go deeper.
You can't see any of it.
There you go.
Every single light.
And who's that? Babe Ruth? Ray smiles, but you have to say that.
Savoring the moment.
That's you, AJ. Ray smiles,
Oh, yeah.
savoring the moment.
Ray smiles, savoring the moment. As a matter of fact, it's Terrence Mann.
Ah, how do you do? I'm Michael Jackson.
Is that me now?
It's Ray. Ray, we have to settle this thing right now.
I'm not selling my home, Mark.
You have no money. You got a stack of bills to choke a pig, and come fall, you've got no crop to sell. But I have a deal to offer you that will allow you to stay on this land. This has oh, got it.
That's me.
That's you.
This has Ray's attention.
Yeah.
Mark climbs the bleachers to stand closer to him.
Come on, Karen,
That's
me?
you.
That's me?
Daddy?
Yeah, I got.
Daddy?
Daddy, we don't have to sell the farm, but no one pays her any attention. All eyes are on Mark. I just said his part again.
Continued.
Here we go.
Let us buy you out, and we'll leave the house. You can live it on rent-free as long as you want.
And what about the baseball field?
Do you realize what this land is worth?
Over $2,200 an acre.
Then you must realize we cannot keep a useless baseball field in the middle of a rich farmland.
No deal, Mark. We're staying.
We don't have to go.
That's very good.
Thank you.
Oh, that's me.
Exposed.
No, this is Maisie.
Yeah,
Coach,
I've got it.
He's angry. Watch this.
You're virtually bankrupt, and I'm offering you a way to keep your house because I love my sister. I've got partners who don't give a damn about you, and they're ready to foreclose right now.
Daddy, we don't have to sell the farm.
Karen, please.
Wait. They all turn to Karen.
People will come.
What people, sweetheart?
From all over. They'll just decide to take a vacation. See? And they'll come to Iowa City. And they'll think it's really boring. So they'll take a drive. And they'll drive down our road. And they'll see the lights. And they'll think it's really pretty. Ray? Oh, that's you.
He's
Ray?
narrating. Yeah.
Ray, Annie, and Mann listen with wonder to this vision.
So the people in the cars, they'll drive up and they'll want to pay us. Like buying a ticket.
Mark looks at them as if they're crazy.
From all over. They'll just decide to take a vacation. See? And they'll come to Iowa City and they'll think it's really boring. So they'll take a drive and they'll drive down our road and they'll see the lights and they'll think it's really pretty.
Ray, Annie, and Mann listen with wonder to this vision.
So the people in the cars, they'll drive up and they'll want to pay us. Like buying a ticket. Is this the same page that we just did?
No, you're doing really
Okay,
good.
Just want to make sure.
You had me.
Yeah.
I was getting chills, and now it's there.
I ruined it.
Subsided
That's
a
what I
little
do.
bit.
Mark looks at them as if they're all crazy.
You're not really listening. You're not listening to this seriously, are you?
Am I Annie? again?
And I'm Annie too.
Okay, go ahead.
Sister. So
Okay.
very similar voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice voice. Okay, Mark.
Why would anybody pay money to come here? Karen looks like. Oh, you got it. We're not.
Karen looks at her Uncle Mark as if he were a simpleton.
To watch the game, and it'll be just like when they were little kids a long time ago, and it was summertime, and they'll watch the game and remember what it was like.
Ray and Annie couldn't be prouder of their daughter than they are right now.
What the hell is she talking about? She's talking about people seeing their memories, touching their past.
Should I be this turned on?
Yes.
Sorry, keep going.
People will come.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like one of those tiny French restaurants that have no sign. You find it by instinct. They'll be drawn. Okay, this is all fascinating, but the fact remains that you don't have the money to bring the mortgage up to date, so you still have to sell. I'm sorry, but you have no choice.
He produces a
big
document and
moment.
hands it to Ray with a pen. Ray looks at it. He doesn't know what to do.
Ray.
Ray looks at man.
And then is this me in there?
Speaks now as he's not spoken for many
Okay.
years, as Terrence Mann, master of words, spellbinder.
People will come, Ray. They'll come to Iowa for reasons they can't even fathom. They'll turn up your driveway, not knowing for sure why they're doing it, and arrive at your door, innocent as children, longing for the past. Of course, we won't mind if you look around, you'll say. It's only $20 per person, and they'll pass over the money without even looking at it. For it is money they have, and peace they lack.
Just sign the papers, Ray.
Is that me?
Uh,
Is not one to give up?
well, that would be the narrator saying he's not
Okay.
one to give up. Then you can keep going.
Here we go. They'll walk out to the bleachers and sit in shirt sleeves
Well, just like
in
you.
the perfect evening, or they'll find they have reserved seats somewhere in the grandstand or along one of the baselines, wherever they sat when they were children and cheered their heroes. They'll watch the game, and it will be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick, they'll have to brush them away from their faces.
Spellbound, Ray's put the papers down. Mark picks them up again. He's battling man for Ray's attention.
Listen to me. Tomorrow morning, when the bank opens, they will foreclose.
People will come, Ray.
You're broke, Ray. Sell now or lose everything.
The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. But baseball has marked the time. This field, this game, it's a piece of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good, and that could be again. People will come. People will most definitely come. Man has moved everyone. Oh, that's smart.
No, you got it. You got it.
All
Oh,
right.
no, that's me.
Oh,
Man
that's
has
you.
moved everyone. Man has moved everyone but Mark, with the beauty of his words and the passion in his voice. Behind him, the assembled ball players respectfully applaud.
That was beautiful.
The other
The
players
players
nod, also
Fucking
teary-eyed.
Beautiful.
Nailed it.
Players on. Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, that's you again.
narrator. Oh, this is so funny, man.
Back to you, AJ.
Players on the other side of him.
Who's Buck Weaver?
Who's Buck Weaver?
Curdy Anderson,
Curdy
our third
did
man
it.
on the board.
Curdy's on the board.
Sorry.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry. Okay.
We're almost
No,
there.
he
No, it's
crushed
perfect.
it. He's
Yep.
the baseball players.
Yeah.
So now you're the players on either side. Jab ribs. That's you, AJ.
The players on either side of him jab his ribs with their elbows, but man,
Here we
Ray and Annie laugh with pleasure.
Ray, you will lose everything and you will be evicted. Ray, oh, that's you again. We need. I see why they
You need to
highlight. I
separate.
see why they highlight things.
You need to separate narrator.
Yeah, we're
from-
learning.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's fine. It's tribute.
I think just in time for it to
Ray,
be almost done.
Ray looks at the papers with dread. He looks at Shoeless Joe and the players. He looks at his family. Then he turns back to Mark. It's decision time. I'm not signing. Mark shakes his head sadly. Annie hugs Ray. The players breathe a great relief, a sigh of relief, and Man smiles.
Ray.
Ray looks up at Man, who, with a gentle tilt of the head, directs Ray's attention to the house. Ray looks behind him toward the house. Cars. Ray's point of view is there's 142 cars have parked in front of the house. More coming quietly down the driveway. Dozens of cars. Cars with out-of-state license plates. Some people have gotten out of their cars and wait patiently. One or two families sit on their hoods and have set up picnic dinners on their station wagon's tailgates. Ray, Annie, Karen, and Man are deeply happy, but not terribly surprised to see these people. They're here. Mark looks at the house and then back to Ray.
Oh, I'm not. Who's here?
Mark.
Who's here?
Oh, it's supposed to be
You,
Mark.
you don't see those cars? All those
Narc.
people?
Don't do this, you son of a bitch. There's no cars, no people. Uncle Mark. Oh, that's you.
That's me. Uncle Mark, I can see them.
We all can. You're crazy. You're all batshit crazy.
Watch your language, Mark.
You build a baseball field in the middle of nowhere. You sit around here and stare at nothing.
Am I Karen?
You're Karen.
Of
Yeah,
course.
always have been.
It's not nothing.
Mark grabs Karen's arm and pulls her to her feet as if she were Exhibit A.
And you've turned your daughter into a goddamn moron.
Get your hands off of her. Ray rises threateningly and Mark turns toward him. In so doing, he twists little Karen off balance.
I'm trying to help you, goddammit.
In that split second, they hear a strangled gasp and see Karen falling forward from the top row of the bleachers. Karen? Hold on, I've lost
Then
my
you're-
spot here.
Yeah, the next spot.
Oh, yes.
The hot dog flies
Her
off.
dog flies off. Her hot dog flies off. The bun and wiener separating in midair. One small sandal bounces end over end and lands at the foot of the bleacher. It takes forever for her body to come down with a sickening thud on the hard green boards on one of the bottom rows. The others rush down to where she lies, face up. Ray is first, but he doesn't know what to do. Annie and Man hover. Mark is horror-stricken, but no one knows what to do.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, Annie. I didn't mean to.
Karen is unconscious and seems to be fighting for breath. Ray and Annie's eyes meet in anguish.
Should we move her?
Just get the car. Annie springs for the house. The tourists by their cars watch quietly.
Is there a doctor, a nurse, any of you?
They sadly shake their heads no. Annie races inside. Back at the bleachers, most of the White Sox players stand by left field, the fence, staring silently.
How long?
It's a 20-minute drive. Man winces. He knows that could be fatal. Ray kneels by Karen. Her nose and one side of her face have been scraped by the fall. Blood starts to trickle from her nose, across her cheek, and down her neck. She's becoming bluer, and her cough is faint, even though she's in another room. Mark takes off his $300 pale green velvet corduroy jacket and is wordlessly holding it out to Ray. Ray takes the jacket and covers Karen gently. Karen is getting paler, bluer, and her breathing more strained and distant. Karen, says Ray. Then, without reason, Ray slowly turns toward the field. The White Sox stand near him by the fence. The Giants stay around their bench. All except one, young Archie Graham. Archie Graham has noticed the commotion in the bleachers and he starts to lope across the field. Annie has pulled the car over and honks. Ray holds up his hand for her to wait. His eyes are on young Archie Graham. As Graham gets closer, his features begin to change and his step slows. He reaches the end of the fence, around which no player can pass. And when he emerges from the shadows on the bleacher side, he's no longer young Moonlight Graham, the ball player of long ago, but instead Doc Graham, the old man from Chisholm, Minnesota. His baseball glove is turned into a black doctor's bag. As Doc Graham approaches,
What have we got here?
she fell. Doc kneels beside her and instantly knows what's wrong.
This child's choking to death.
He picks her up with one hand under his shoulders and the other under his knees, seats himself on the bleachers, and turns her face down. Supporting her chest with one hand, he delivers a series of sharp blows between her shoulder blades with the heel of his other hand. Annie honks again. Ray waves her to him. Mark can't believe what he is seeing. Suddenly, Karen's diaphragm expands as she sucks in air. Doc reaches around and pries her mouth open, releasing a sizable piece of hot dog and bun. As he turns her over, we can see the blueness disappearing from her face as she continues to breathe deeply. Doc peels back each eyelid in turn, stares at the pupil for a few seconds, and lets the eyes close.
She's okay. I don't think the fall really hurt her, just the dog in her throat. She'll be coming around in a minute or two.
Thank you, Doc. Doc looks deeply into Ray's eyes.
No, son, thank you.
It's just now sinking in for Ray what Doc Graham has sacrificed to save his child. Ray looks to the field and then back to the doctor. Oh my God, you can't go back.
It's okay. It's okay.
Mark is slack-jawed. He has seen something magical happen and can't explain it.
I saw all of a sudden this kid runs off the field
sorry.
and turns into whatever. Good enough.
Yeah, that was you. That's good.
Oh, my bad.
He looks questioningly at Annie. She smiles reassuringly.
There's hope for you yet, Mark.
Doc Graham stands and picks up his black bag.
Well, I best be getting back home before Alicia starts thinking I've got a girlfriend.
Doc walks around the edge of the fence and heads for the outfield door. The players respectfully make way for him.
Have rookie.
Good work, Doc.
That works. Way to go, Doc.
You were good.
Thanks, boys. Win one for me someday, will you?
He passes them.
Okay, now you're up.
Which
Shoeless
one?
Joe. With Shoeless Joe. Hey, rookie.
Oh.
Hey, rookie.
Sorry.
Hey, rookie.
Hey, rookie.
That was good. Doc
You were
Graham
good.
turns. Only now do Doc Graham's eyes shine with tears. He smiles and disappears through the door. On the side, Karen is coming to Ray and Annie by her side. Some of the players start to gather up equipment. Shoeless Joe calls out to Ray.
We're going to call it a night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Good night.
Hey,
I think, you know what?
you want to come with us?
Well, let's keep going. This is where it gets good, too.
Yeah, this is where it gets good. Joe starts to trot off the field, and then he stops and turns back to the bleachers.
Shoeless Joe.
Hey, you want to come with us? Did you say that already?
I did.
Yep.
No. Ray's jaw
Not
drops.
you. Him.
Oh.
And then you say him.
And then I say, come with you.
Adrian says him.
No, Shoeless Joe says it, not you. And then he points to man. He goes, him.
And then you
And I go,
question
him?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then
Him?
I say, come with you?
Out there.
What is out there?
Come find out.
Well, wait a second. Why him? Shoeless Joe and the other players wait for man to join them, ignoring Ray's question. But I built this field. You wouldn't be here if it weren't for me.
Ray, for God's sake, I'm unattached. You've got a family.
This takes Ray down a peg or two. But I want to know what's out there. I want to see it.
There's a reason they chose me, just as there was a reason they chose you to find me.
Oh, yeah? Why?
Because, you big jerk, I gave that interview.
What interview?
The one about Ebbets Field. The one that charged you up and sent you all the way to Boston to find me.
Then you lied to me.
You were kidnapping me at the time, you asshole. Think of it, Ray. Maybe there's an Ebbets Field still floating around out there somewhere. And maybe I'll get to sit in the stands and watch a 20-year-old kid with a smooth face and kinky hair try out for the 1948 Dodgers.
So I do all the work, and all I get to see is everybody else's dream come true? Is that it?
What are you saying, Ray?
I'm saying I'm happy for you, and I'm happy for him, but after all, what's in it for me?
Is that why you did this? For you?
There's something out there for me, Ray, and what a story it'll make. A man being able to touch the perfect dream. And scene.
Chills.
Wow.
Rest in
Chills.
peace,
Best thing I've ever done in my
the
life.
great James
Pinnacle.
Earl Jones. Wowzers. You know, I feel like we should give a prize to anyone who sat all the way through that. That was incredible. Hey,
I bet you.
that was great.
I bet you word went around the interwebs,
Mhm.
and there's probably 5 people watching live.
I
right
think the
now.
boys are saying we had 2,
2?
maybe
Well,
1.
that's double the normal.
That's pretty good.
That's a draw.
Okay, boys, thank you so much. Adrian, I'd love to talk more. We got a band in here we got to talk to and introduce to the world here, so we're going to get to that. Have a great, great week. We'll talk to you again next Wednesday. And again, you know, I think that worked out pretty good. I told Maze no, but by the end it was pretty fun, wasn't it?
It was a lot of fun. You guys have a great day, great week.
You bet. Take care, brother. Coach number 1, everybody. Here we go. As we continue to roll on here on your show, we had a couple guests earlier. Those were our guests with Bloom Entertainment. My buddy Kinger, my buddy Saul, and they introduced us to basically, well, we'll have the boys explain what's going on because they could probably do it way better than I can. Is it called Buddy Bench? That's the band? Perfect. Come on up here, you guys. Hey, give it up for Chris and Rodrigo! Yeah! Come on up. Get in there. Oh, I think I just put my hair up. I don't need this thing anymore.
Do we both sit on this bench?
Well, you can sit right here.
That
No,
would be so
no. Buddy bench plus a chair.
Plus chair.
We can handle that. Boys,
What's
welcome
that?
to
What's
it.
happening?
Did you have any problems finding the place?
It took me a long
It's a
time.
little bit weird, hey? Even though right across the street may or may not be neighbors, and we or may not be becoming best friends, but that is for later because okay, how would you go about explaining this? Because the boys did a pretty good job yesterday. But
Did they? What did
yeah,
they say?
well, they talked about how it's, 6 to 9, going to be at the 3 Hall. We got the open mic stuff going on, but it's also about the bands that are going to be in there and doing their thing. And we also talked about it's bringing music back to Broadway, which is something I love to hear.
Absolutely. Right.
And just, I guess, all of the good that's going to come here. As we had the little soft opening last week, and then this Friday and Saturday, we're really kicking in gear. Is that what we're looking at?
That's what I'm told.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can get it right in there.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's what I'm told. I'm happy to be kicking it off. Obviously, Corey King asked me, and we're like, "Yep, let's make it happen." We're pretty busy with the steadies, but we were like a nice acoustic vibe that they're going
Yes.
for now, so that's kind of cool.
As a band, do you sort of look forward to doing those sort of different types of setups for shows?
We love it. I mean,
Yeah?
we
It's
just-
fun,
We
yeah.
just sit and play covers and screw
Also,
around. Like,
a lot less
we're not like a
gear.
band that like does things.
Yeah.
We just like, what can we get away with now?
Yeah, well, we do a lot of that here too. As you can tell, we just did a table read out of nowhere.
I was not expecting.
I did not
It's
think that was going to
exhilarating.
happen today. Yeah, and I got to say asshole in the voice of James Earl Jones. It's pretty baller. So lots of weird stuff goes down here, and we love doing all of that. So maybe let everyone know what they can look forward to if they come by and check out the Buddy Bench here at 3 Hall. So it's Friday and Saturday. Are you guys back there on the Saturday as well?
We are playing the Saturday.
'Kay.
The Friday is the like
the open mic
Yeah,
part?
the open mic, and we're actually in Regina with the steadies that night. So
Perfect. Okay.
no can do. Or
So
else
Earl
we'd be-
dragged you away from us.
Wow, I mean,
Classic.
Yeah.
Earl's boss.
There was actually a little bit of confusion.
boss.
There was a little
Yeah,
bit of
for
confusion
sure.
about this one. Like, we had it booked on the Saturday, and we were sitting in the airport in
Calgary.
wherever we were,
Edmonton.
wherever it was, and we're on the phone with Corey, and him and I went to get a drink. We were hungry, and Earl was just sitting upstairs and doing some work. And then I got a text from Corey. He's like, "Oh, Earl says you can't make the Saturday. Like, should we do the Friday, or like, do we have to move it?" And then we're like, "What?" And I was like, "Okay." And then we like trying to figure it out, and it was all discombobulated. And then we found out that nothing was actually wrong, and we were doing the Saturday after all.
It was
And
all
so
set
that's
up, ready to
classic
go.
band life right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Ain't that
that's
the
what
way
it's like.
she always goes?
So we just try not to like plan anything or do anything. We just show up where we're told.
Yeah. Even just now, I just said, "Is this on Friday?" No. Friday we're in Regina. Saturday we're in Saskatoon. So
when you guys are away from Earl and you're doing this sort of thing, you said you do some covers.
Yeah,
Is there
that's
anything
all
else?
we do.
That's
Yeah,
it?
yeah, we just blast out covers as far as we can.
That's nice.
Usually it's pretty like wide variety, like 60s all the way up to
Yeah.
I say now, but I don't do any songs from now. I don't know.
Hey, not
I don't
like
know how
that's a
to do those
statement on
ones.
where we're at with music right now or anything. It's just, we like some of the older stuff.
But Corey came to us and he was like, "Yeah, it's like we want 90s vibe, MTV Unplugged kind of
Yeah.
style." So I was like, "Okay, I'm going to do all the songs from the 90s that I know." And I started working on the set list, and then I lost it, so I got to do it again.
it's basically
And
all
lots
the
of-
stuff we already.
Yeah,
did
like half
together.
of it is pretty much around there, so I had to do a little bit of research. I was like, 2001, close enough. Yeah. That's
Go a
like,
little bit
I'll
here or there.
stretch it
For
like
sure.
a little bit on either side, but
Yeah,
not that much. And there's going to be lots that I'm probably going to curveball you with. But I will make that list, and I will
I'm
send
ready
it
for
to
it.
you.
I'm ready for it. Half the time I don't know what song we're playing until it's time to play it, and it's like, "Bro, just follow me." And, okay.
I call that
Right
what's
on.
that? The Marty McFly at the end of the sea dance. Hey, remember that? Whatever it is, keep it in G and try to keep up.
Yeah. That's what we
So
do.
that's very, very cool. Now, maybe if you want to speak a little bit, like the idea for this time spot, and albeit we went a little bit late with the table read there, but the idea being that the bands that are there at the end of, I guess, the weekend, we get you in a couple of days before and just give you some time to promote the stuff that you're doing and to get your name out there and let people know what you're all about. So if you want to do anything like that, or I feel like you guys aren't really in the mood to be like, maybe you're like me where you don't like talking about yourself at
Well,
all.
I mean, like I said, Buddy Bench is just like a side,
It's a side
fun
little thing.
Little
project.
side
we
hustle.
don't promote it. We don't have anything to promote. We
Yeah,
don't make
we're not.
albums. We don't.
So this is just
It's
going to
like
be
a fill-in for us on our days where
Yeah.
we're not
I love
booked up with.
we
other
usually play at
events.
Somewhere Else pub.
Yeah,
Just because that
love
was
that.
kind of
I think
my
that's where it
my
began,
home away from
for
home,
sure.
and like
Yeah.
I would just play lots of solo gigs, and he'd be like, "Can I come play Cajon with you?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And then it just turned into a thing. It's like, all right, well, we're doing every gig together now.
Yeah.
You're with
Yeah.
me now.
And half the show I
You're
think
with
now
me
is
now.
just like banter back and forth. Like obviously we have a couple drinks on stage and feel a little bit
get loose and
we just say
feeling
some of
happy.
the dumbest shit to one another. We just lose it laughing. Like I think we
So
have a
hold
better
on.
time up there.
It
than anyone,
sounds
so.
like a little bit to me like you do have something here because it sounds like half music performance and half like a stand-up sort of thing.
Kinda. It
You
didn't-
know?
it's
didn't
more
mean
like
to
a
be like that.
situationship, if anything.
Just hardcore chirping.
Just yeah,
Buddies
exactly.
chirping.
Just like
That's it.
everybody sitting around.
Yeah.
shooting
we
the
came
shit
up. How
and-
we come up with the name again? We were at.
We were
Waka or
looking for a name
something?
because we were like, all right, we've done a few gigs together now, and then we were at Waka, and we were again for a Steadies gig, and we were walking on the beach, and there's a bench there, and it says on the back of the bench, Buddy Bench. And
Literally
so we're
right
like,
there.
that's
Yep,
it,
made
that's
it.
the name, done. We sat
Made it.
on it, took a picture,
Perfect posting.
and that's the
Right up
picture
there.
right
Yep.
there.
Love
yeah.
that one. We're gonna put them all up here as the boys come through, so that will be very, very cool. Now, I was
See the
planning on.
Diener 89 one too. That's pretty.
Yeah, I
sweet.
heard you guys talk about that. Is it out yet?
I
haven't
don't
looked. It might
think
be right
so,
away.
But I
hey?
just had a dream, I think last night. You know how you don't know about a dream until something sparks it, and it
Yeah,
could be
like
like
comes
way later. It
running
could
back.
be. It could have happened last night. It could have been 2 weeks ago. But I was at a friend's and they had an acres party, and Diener showed up, and he was the nicest.
Get
kid,
outta
and we
here.
were all just partying.
How
and
the hell
whooping
did
it up.
he?
So I don't know how he ended up at this. Oh, it was an acreage like out in the middle of nowhere too. So
Sure,
I
there
don't
was a
know.
good reason for
that
it,
was a
yeah.
that was a good dream. Yeah.
I guess it's a sign.
Yeah, I hope that comes true someday.
It's a sign that you got to go to the movie, maybe.
Yeah, I'm
We
definitely
did.
going.
So my buddy Coach Mazer over there, he's the one that got that because he was at the the Labor Day game, promoting the movie coming
Oh,
out.
really?
Yeah.
Cool.
So and Coach Mazer was pimping us out to him, and he gave him his info, and he said, "Yeah, once the movie hits the theaters, he can do possible media interviews with us. So we might
That'd be
might
sick.
land
Yeah,
him on a Zoom
absolutely.
here or do something cool like that.
I'll just like be walking down the block.
You'll feel it from the dream. It's like, hold on,
Creepy
something's
neighbor.
telling me something, and just come in. I knew it. Like I saw you at the acreage, bro.
We were at the Labor Day game last year. We played the halftime show.
Yes, I remember
Yeah.
that. I remember Earl telling me. Over the years when I was at the other place, I'd always be talking with Earl and helping out the band
Yeah.
and doing whatever we could radio-wise to get
Yeah,
them in and on. So
totally.
we were always sort of keeping track of where the boys were going.
Speaking
And-
of that, and like, I heard your theme song, and did I detect?
Did you
some
hear a Von Hattie
in
He
there?
did. And you know what? That DJ Markham goes by a lot of names.
yeah.
So it was Von Trask, Von Hattie, and I inside the ski chalet there, and we were trying to make this intro, and Trask showed us what we had. And he's like, all right, Hattie, I want you to just do something with this. And we did about 10 different takes like that, and some of them were absolutely hilarious, and some of them, didn't hit. But on all of the Your shows together, I was on the other side of the living room. We had the mic set, like it's a classic 911 turbo setup. Right?
Yeah.
They always do it different. So
Yeah.
they had the mic on top of the fridge in the kitchen. Then I was screaming from over here, and he was screaming over here. It's like Your show, just over and over. It must have sounded like the craziest human beings, but that's what they do, man. They take that chaos and turn it into just incredibleness.
It's
And
so fun.
yeah, so we're always pushing. I'm actually have to talk to the boys about possibly getting them in here. I want to do a Christmas episode,
Absolutely.
and I want to get them to perform a couple
Do
of their
their
Christmas hits for the Christmas
man.
album. Yeah.
I went to that show last year and like was
Oh.
standing there watching, and like the music is awesome, but I was like standing, grooving, and crying, like not just a tear in my, like bawling. My face hurt from laughing so
Yeah.
hard and just like so happy with the whole atmosphere. It
Man.
was so
And they
funny.
never break character ever. I think there was one time, and I don't know if I probably shouldn't say this, but those are my boys. And no, I won't. I will say there's one time where they may or may not have said that they may or may not be from a country that they most of the time say they're from. And I think it might have been maybe or maybe not while we were at the Rose and Crown in Banff. But besides that, always in character, no matter what. Like even in between sets, they'll go to the bar. Like, yeah, shot,
Absolutely,
let's go.
yeah.
And it's we talk about it, but to actually experience it and see it, like that takes a lot of talent. That's crazy to be able to do that stuff.
Yeah.
So shout out to them. I always love giving 911 Turbo all the love as they have been a part of this journey since forever, I guess.
DJ Markham off.
Man,
Come
that
on,
was
buddy,
that
we
was a
need you.
good run. But then I think Trask had, was it Ravewind for a while, which was really good. Man, their side projects have always been so good. Just love those guys. Two of the most creative human beings I've ever met in my life.
Absolutely, yeah.
So shout out to them for sure. All right, before we roll you guys out here, anything else you want to throw out to the world of YouTube?
No, just come check out the show on Saturday. It's
Saturday
super
night.
fun, and just go to 3 Hall in general.
Get out there.
Bloom Entertainment, our boys. Again, they were on yesterday. We all know King are sweet. How sweet is Saul? I haven't seen Saul in a while. Saul the
I
singer.
haven't either. I used to
I
live
love
close
so
to him, and I
much.
bumped into him all the
An
time.
angel of a human being.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Coolest guy ever, man.
yeah, man. When you have guys like that running something, then
Yeah.
you know it's off to
It's
a
gonna
great
be
start.
good.
Exactly. So
You
we
got
look.
Kinger with his just hype energy all the time. He's like, "Oh, this is the best thing ever." I was like, "Yes, okay, I'm in.
sitting in
Whatever
a-
you want."
I'm doing, and like I'm editing videos over there, and I'm just just worn out and tired. He comes in and he does that.
Yeah.
And it's like I have to leave. Like, give me a second. I need to adapt. Yeah, go outside, take a deep breath. Okay, let's go. All right, this is what we're doing. This is like, all right, Kinger energy. I get it. I feel it. 3 Hall this Saturday. The Buddy Bench will be in the house, boys. Thank you so much for stopping by. We
Thank you,
really,
man.
really appreciate it. And as we move forward, maybe we'll get you guys back in here sort of whenever, because I sort of left it open with Kinger and Saul, and I said, if we want to do a little extra here or there, we're more than happy to do so, and just to get like other people in and talk about what's going on. So
Absolutely.
for now,
I'm
we
around.
will be bros and neighbors,
Yeah.
which is awesome. And then as we get more down the road, we will work to promote and lift each other up.
You'll see my face over this fence.
It's got a hole through it.
Our buddy Clint could use that fence.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chris and Rodrigo.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Right on, boys. Thank you so much.
Easy
Now this is the
breezy.
awkward part
Yeah,
where I
man.
give you one of these and
Oh,
one
nice.
over
I
here,
love it.
and then you
Air
guys just
bump.
walk over,
Air bump.
and we're good. Oh man, a little bit more to go here on your show. Nobody's noticed that I got my Sankara stone back. Any Temple of Doom fans out there? At all, my Sankara stone. It's burning! It's burning! Remember that when he pulls it out of the satchel? Thank you again, boys. That was fantastic.
No problem, thank you.
Absolutely. So far, if you're keeping track at home, we did an entire table read from Field of Dreams, which was great. Got to live that dream of being James Earl Jones. We also have kicked off our series. Yesterday, we had Kinger and Saul from Bloom Entertainment in to talk about the big open mic going down over at 3 Hall, which we will be promoting the hell out of. We've checked in with the Buddy Bench, Chris and Rodrigo, who will be performing on Saturday. On Friday night, the open mic night will be going down 6 to 9 o'clock. So you can go there, get a meal, watch some live music, really enjoy everything that's happening there. And then you're home and in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's the perfect way. Or if you want to get back into going to Broadway and getting into the music scene on Broadway and the food and all that stuff and just getting out again, also an avenue for you to do that there. Okay, I also found, I don't know if you can see this one or not. I just found this. Check that out. You know what that is? That is the Sports Almanac from Back to the Future 2. When Biff Tannen steals this and becomes an even bigger dink, remember that? I hate manure, and all the lines. So it's very nice to have this stuff back on the set. I know Network Ryan's been gone for a while, so that's why I can get these things and sneak them in. I'm sure they will be removed again, but until that point, we have our Sankara Stone, we have our Sports Almanac. And we want to say hello to all of our friends involved with this very network, the Elmwood Fall Feast. September 19th, it's going down. ElmwoodYXC.ca. Get your tickets. It's going to be an incredible, incredible event. I will be over at the food bank, where I will be hosting a event in the warehouse there for Deb and Lori and the team over at the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center. But I let them know I'll be running straight over to Prairie Land for the Elmwood Fall Feast, and I'll be sitting down at the Nickel Plumbing and Heating table, and we will have a lot of love going around with that as well. I want to say hi to our friends over at Sotner Concrete Services. Best in the biz. They built this place. We call it all the time. It's the Dufferin Avenue Media Network inside, again, inside the Sotner Concrete Services Clubhouse, which is a very cool thing. Dax and the team over at PropertyGuys.com. Love those dudes. They can help you out with anything you need. Hit them up. You know all about nickel plumbing and heating already. Also the best in the biz. Oh, I'm almost out of breath. As we continue, I just had our good friend, the other Maggie, Human Maggie, we call her, as we got Puppy Maggie here. We also have Human Maggie, a.k.a. Maggie Stevenson with Elmwood. And we did a bunch of interviews to help you, again, get ready. We're going to push for Sunday. Sunday is the final day that you can buy tickets for the Fall Feast. So Maggie will be in tomorrow, and we'll talk a little bit about that deadline and how you can get in before it shows up. And then the big event coming up next Thursday, as it is Wednesday here so far, the Fall Feast, one of our big four around here. We always say anything with Elmwood, including the Fall Feast, anything with Cosmo, including the Spirit of Cosmo breakfast, coming up very soon. So happy to be emceeing that one. I already talked to Charlene, and we will be doing that, as well. The Fire in the Kitchen cook-off with our friends over with the Burn Fund, and anything. And these are those anythings I talk about, the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center. Deb and Lori and everyone over there are always so good, and we're so excited to be emceeing that event coming up next Thursday. So it'll be a lot of karma in the air. Ooh, I forgot about this. Bamford & Co. podcast, new episode. Boy, oh boy. People are talking about this one. Whether we like it or not, we're learning about realty, which is very, very cool. So shout out to the boys there, as well to the Commander Cookout podcast team. Now I'm just reading banners. Anyone want to come up here and finish? Who wants to come up for a big finish? Anyone? Anyone? I'm seeing a no from you. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we just said the name, and he's showing up like Joe Hendry from the Commander Cookout podcast. It's Uncle Brando! Woo! Again, that reading would have gone a lot better if we could have prepared for at least 5 minutes. It was really good for what it was.
So does Darth Vader play
Kirby doesn't
God
like
in that movie? I actually have never seen Field of Dreams.
He's not God, is he? Terrence Mann, the player, right? He's the author. The author of the book.
Well, I mean, is
So technically, is sort of he's godlike. There it is.
is God not the author to the character in the book?
Ray is the voice.
Oh,
Did I ever tell you I've only seen it one time? I haven't watched it since.
well, it's been on television 18,000
Dude,
times.
it's too emotional. I can't do it. It's way too emotional. It's the only time I've ever seen my dad shed a tear in my entire life.
Wow.
Was during that show. Probably shouldn't have said that on TV with one person watching, but I stand by it. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic.
You
It's
look
been a good day. I went to pick up my truck from the mechanic today.
Please tell me it was okay.
Well, I mean, it works, and it
That's
drove
good.
me. It drove me here. All I had to
That's
do
two
was
things.
exchange money for it.
The hard part.
So
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
pretty great, let me tell you. But the people at the garage were very, very nice,
Like that.
and I no longer worry about exploding while I drive around.
Look at you focusing on the positives. You've been doing that a lot lately.
You got to do it sometimes because,
I
like,
love that about you.
I put more repairs into the truck today than I paid to own it.
Man, that's a weird thing, hey?
Right?
That's
It is
weird to
just-
think
I just
about.
figured I couldn't justify not doing it because we're in one of those situations where you gotta put in the payment because paying off that like credit card bill that I have
Don't
now
talk about those.
cost less than a car payment. So
Hey,
so here
progress.
I am. Yeah, so
That's
I'm-
nice.
I mean, don't take financial advice from me under any circumstances.
me.
But
Yeah.
but I do have a functional truck, and I only had a mild heart attack when she showed me her number.
Better than medium or hard. Or
Correct.
I guess, sorry, no. Medium or very spicy.
Right.
Yeah, I was trying to think of
That's
salsa.
you're thinking like a wing or
Salsa.
a queso gimmick.
Either way.
Do
Good
they
gimmick.
have super hot queso? Like, is it a thing that you can get?
Obvious.
Like real,
Scorching.
really spicy cheese sauce? Is that
Something
a-
with butt puns too, like ass burner queso, you know, or like burning whole cheese juice, something like that.
I kind of want that now.
You would.
I kind of do
I
want
hear
to
they go great with packing peanuts from Uncle Mike.
Oh, gee, thanks. Gee, thanks.
You just dip them right in there, get that queso. So we got some big news about CCO as I filled in for 2 weeks. Network Ryan back on the show.
Yeah, damn it.
You know,
Yeah.
you're always being so nice. You're saying like, oh yeah, the CCO Nation loved you and this and that. And I know that you're just saying that to make me feel better, but I also want to say thank you for doing that because it did make me feel better. So that's a good thing.
Hey, we have had very good response and reaction to our episodes together. Lots of people have been pleasantly surprised by my ability to liken
host.
video games to things and to host a show all by myself.
God's a stud. I say it all the time. Best
Which
in the
makes
biz.
me feel really good. And I don't know, you're welcome back anytime, Gary.
Well, I love that.
And happy doing it with you.
And I am happy that I still get to be a part of it as producer Gary, which was my original role anyway. But it is good to know that we can tread water when Network Brian has a catastrophic break in his tib and fib. You know?
Do you think he saved staples for us? Like, he was here last week, and I really wanted to touch the staples, and he
You
wouldn't
think
let
it's
me.
like a Danhausen situation with the teeth, the jar of teeth? Just keeps his dirty staples in a little jar?
Well, I was kind of hoping he'd bring a few of them and just like let us have them.
I don't want any of the staples that were inside his body.
Why, man? They're leg staples. Those would be cool.
I think you just answered the question. I had leg staples. I already got them. I got the scars. I got the hardware in there.
Did you keep yours?
No, they just left their own marks. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I guess so.
They're not that
I don't know.
funny.
They just seem like a thing. And speaking of jars of teeth, I actually had one at one point that I gave to somebody as a birthday present. And I'm going to tell you right now, it worked. One of the best birthday presents I've ever given to anyone ever was that just
bro.
old antique jar of teeth.
Do you think that'd be a good cover band or the Jar of Clay cover band? Jar of Teeth? It's like metal up jars of clay.
Probably.
I would jars of teeth and have Danhausen cover it.
Would you like a
front
jar
end.
of teeth? I have
No,
another one.
God, no, that horrifies me.
Are you sure? It's the ones that had the old lead fillings in them.
And why do you have these teeth? I know it's the question everyone's asking.
Well, I got them initially so I could give them away as a gift, and then I
Hold
kept.
on,
the
were you
one.
like robbing tooth fairies at knife point or what?
I mean,
How'd
where
you
did I?
get your
Oh,
hands on
where
these?
did I get them? They were found in like an estate of somebody who had passed away, and they were looking through these boxes, right?
So these are
And
strangers' teeth.
And
that
in
you
a
have.
box were these two jars, like like a good sized jar of jam, two of them.
Just a good size.
And there was one that was full of old, just disgusting teeth, and the one that was full of old, disgusting teeth that were blue and green. So thinking, well,
Natural blue and green or colored?
lead fillings.
So the lead had peeled out its coloring to the tooth.
Had turned the teeth green. Yes. So the people who had found them in this estate were like, "Hey, buddy Mike, I feel like you would know somebody who'd want these." And he was like, "Dude, these are so gross. I want nothing to do with them." And I was like, I'll bet you I could find someone that would want at least one of those jars of teeth, and I did.
Do I dare ask?
It was a birthday present. She loved it.
She.
Very excited.
Okay.
It was pretty good. I was
Is she a
very excited,
dentist?
the whole thing. No, just big Danhausen fan.
That's
Big
okay.
Danhausen
That's
fan.
the end. Okay, wrestling fan.
Yep.
That makes sense. So the return of Network Ryan to all that have missed. How close are we to another BBO on the YTC CCO?
Mid-September, so a couple
up.
of weeks. Not this coming Friday, but the next Friday I'll have product in hand, so it'll be out probably the Friday after that. Is what we usually do.
Very exciting. You have hinted at a possible little possibility of what might go down in that one.
I have. There's it's a horror movie themed set, all based on 80s movies. I know most of them, and I have several of the things that were used in those movies to create the splattery scariness, and I'm going to attempt to utilize them to do something. I'm not sure what yet.
The gimmicks are going to be running wild.
But I'm working hard on this one. I've gotten too good a feedback on the other ones to not just swing for the fences.
Dude, you've been crushing it.
So we're gonna see what we can do this time. Yeah.
Okay. This is very good. Did you get to meet the other half of Double Dragon, Dragon Jr., aka Jimmy from Billy and Jimmy?
Is it Bimmy and Jimmy?
It's Bimmy and Jimmy and Double Dragon 3.
Does he understand that joke? Does he know why that's
he
funny?
didn't even understand what Double Dragon was. His real name is Kale. He's Dragon's actual younger brother.
Jimmy.
Younger brother, right?
Kale's not a name; it's a leaf.
Or a snack if you got some dressing.
What?
Yeah, in the salad.
Who eats salad as a snack?
I don't know. People are losing weight.
Man,
Little
people
kale
eat
tips.
salad as punishment.
Anyways,
That's
we got
gross.
another dragon. We got Double Dragon in the house.
Oh, that's awesome. I like
We
that
were talking
one.
about Abobos. We were talking about all sorts of stuff. It was very cool. With that in mind, young man, you ready to give us some Frankie fingers and get us the hell out of here? Oh, he's saying thumbs up. Let's see
They
how it
should
goes.
play us the. Remember the intro to Double Dragon? The arcade one where like the girl's standing outside of the garage and dude just walks up and just shoots her. Just walks away.
Anyway, so I shouldn't be doing that over the Frankie's fingers.
I showed that to Sam. I was like, "You want to see the greatest story ever told?" And she was like, "Yeah, I do." Bang! Walk away, and then your guys, and they come out and they're ready to kick ass.
Comes out of the garage.
Yep. And then you fight in the street, and then you're in the park by the river, right?
Yeah.
And then you're in the factory, I think you go to after that, right?
Where you can throw guys off the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. And then I'm not sure where you go after that. Probably the karate dojo. I mean, this is a video game. Then you probably go to hell, right?
Marion, was that her name?
I
think that's the name of the third one.
Maybe.
I don't know if they use the same.
Did they bring her back to life for the third one?
I don't know. I think it was a different girl.
She made it through.
She's the damsel. They always do.
I mean, lots of people get shot in the 80s and don't die, right?
That's true.
She nipped up.
Oh, I just threw my shoulder out there.
Be careful, man.
Okay. I guess that's it for today. Thank you, Coach Mazer, for helping us with the big read in honor of the late James Earl Jones passing away. The other dreams we got to do. Coach number 1, a.k.a. Adrian Blarachon from Australia. Curdy Anderson, who you know from Strip Down, and so much more, a member of this beautiful family. To you, Uncle Brando, thank you for filling in at the end here. Chris and Rodrigo, the Buddy Bench guys, playing this Saturday at 3 Hall. Be sure to check them out. And to Phenom and their Phenom, give us a wave. Oh, no. Hold on. Yeah, cut 3. Camera 3. Give us a wave before we say goodbye. Where are you? Where are you? Give us a... There you are. Thank you so much, Phenom. And to Jimmy from Double Dragon, thank you. I don't know what we're going to really do to get him involved more yet, but we're doing our first solo produced show. At least solo started and produced show, tomorrow.
Oh, what? Wow.
So I'm going to start it on my own, and then Jimmy from Double Dragon's going to come in and try to close it out. So
oh, wow.
That's what we got tomorrow, as well as CTV's Matt Young's going to be at the house. We're going to do another controller cleanup, which is going to be very fun. Remember, that's a lot of talking. Karma is very, very real, so do good things and those that start happening to you. That's the only way we're going to make this world a better place, all right? So keep that in mind as you head out, and we'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Have a great Wednesday night!
Bye!